Alright, let's begin. As usual, just another day. I'm a little tired. The thing I had to do today was I had to set up my new setup. Hello, Ash. I had to set up my new setup for HDMIs and stuff. It's kind of not finished. I just wanted to plug stuff in so I could play the consoles I needed to play. And, I gotta stop waking up so late because I never get to accomplish the things I want to do. But I'll get around to that. Here's what it is. It's summer. Might as well take a little bit of a break. Take it easy. Why not? Alright. So, now we're on to the Gen 4 evolutions. My best guess is that we should probably just start to work with, like, Dusk Noir. Probably because that'll be the easier one to do. Alright, we have to use Shadow Ball. Can we actually put Shadow Sneak on? I feel like giving a priority move would probably be pretty good. I even know that Shadow Sneak was in this game, honestly. And then, what do we need for Mamoswine? Where the fuck is it? High horsepower Blizzard. Okay. You know, Ice Shard? Fuck yes. Even though it's not a great move because Mamoswine's a very slow Pokemon, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Alright, so maybe what we do today is we alter what we were doing before just a little bit. Let's go out. I mean, I guess we might as well start looking through events. I don't really have much else to do, so we could just start looking through events and just trying to defeat Pokemon. That, like, makes the most sense to me. It's like, okay, well, we might as well try to find some shinies while we're at it. You know, just if nothing else, just to dick around and, you know, whatever, so. Okay, I don't know if it's nighttime just yet. Let me see if I could find an Eevee and then fuck it all up. No, it is nighttime. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Alright, so we have long since completed Happiny, so our odds of getting a shiny Happiny are very high. So that's generally what I'm looking for, is anything shiny, anything good like that. Until then, you know, we just use these moves to kind of clear it out. And that's basically it. We set the moves that we need to use to the top of our decks, or to the top of our move list. And I keep my life nice and simple so I don't have to stress and worry about it. Sounds like plan. At least I'm not playing Violet. Could be worse. Good lord. Let me get this prepped, just in case. I really like Coronet being in the background of most areas. I think that's one of my favorite parts of this game. Because you'll just, like, randomly look towards it, and it creates such a very cinematic, like, backdrop. And that's what I really like about this game. As much as I played this game, I do like that Coronet is like a constant theme in this game, or a constant location in the backdrop. Is really nice. It's such a really good gameplay design to have an iconic area like that just posed. Anyway, you already know what I'm talking about. We've been here before. If you played a Pokemon game in, like, the last 10 years, you already know what I'm talking about, so. Or maybe you don't, because Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum came out when? 2007? 2006? So they're, all things considered, they're pretty old games at this point. Oh my god. And in fairness, I'm old. I remember going to get it, like, the day it came out. Back in the day, I used to walk up to my local GameStop And then I would just pop in. I used to know the people there, and they used to know me because I would stop by like almost once a week, if not more, just to see what new games there were, see what old games there were, stuff like that. You know, that to me was like the peak. It literally did not get any better from there, and now that era is past. It's unfortunate. Oh boy. I think that's it. Alright. I mean, like, we could also look for the sisters. That kind of takes a minute. I don't know if I particularly want to do that. I guess we might as well. It might burn a little bit of moonlight. But, like, that would be, like, a good combo of things to do. You know, is like, we could look for the sisters. Do whatever outbreak is there, right? Because I want to obviously pick this up. Oh, great. They perched it right next to this fucker. Anyway, so he kind of half saw me. I think they have to maintain eye contact for, like, a second or two before it actually triggers it, because he saw me, but I guess I escaped his field of vision, which is really weird. That's one of those awkward things about this game. It's kind of weird like that. Alright, by the time I'm done doing this, it'll be daytime. Alright, she's not here. Where are the sisters located in this area? I think they're all located on the mountain, right? I kind of remember it. Not really. Did I... Oh, I have it on the map. Oh, okay, yeah, it's right here. This, like, central area. Okay. Good thing I marked it. It's been long enough that I haven't really farmed them out. I kind of forgot how the sisters work a little bit. You know, like, eventually enough time passes, and you're like, oh, that's how it operates? Okay, sure. Like, it's been a long while since I've actively hunted for them. Like, many, many streams. Because once you get the bag space maxed out, like, you don't really need money for anything besides, like, maybe, like, raw materials so you can keep getting Pokeballs and stuff. So, like, I kind of stopped caring about if I'm going to get, you know, the sisters or not. Well, none of them are here, so we could just leave. That's totally fine. Very nice. Look at that. Already getting really done with high horsepower. It's going to be Blizzard that's going to take a while, but whatever. That's fine. We only get 3 usages of Blizzard before we have to reload. As if the raid wasn't bad enough, more Pokemon. No, this is the good Pokemon game. I can't believe I'm saying those fucking words. This is the good Pokemon game. This is the one I enjoy. Alright, I don't want to really do mass outbreaks. So, like, what we'll do here is we'll just leave, and then we'll just rejoin. Oh, I guess the only thing that we could do is we could look for an Eevee. That's, like, the only thing I would do, is I would look for Eevee really fast. No, the raid sucks, but at least this game is just better designed, better done. And if the if the A team didn't make this game, then fire the A team and make this team the A team. And you're probably going to need to shift some people around anyway. It's ridiculous. Good, Pokemon good. My caveman brain short-circuited. Yeah, I know, right? When this game came out, I would have never described it as good. But that's what I'm saying. It's the good Pokemon game. It's not a good game. It is a good Pokemon game. Those are two very different statements. You will now have to reconcile. Now, hold on. My family is having a weird group chat moment. Talking about people who were alive during slavery and died the last time the 20s rolled around. I don't even get involved. Maybe some of these people met them once or twice, so maybe they were alive until like the 40s or the 50s. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what they're talking about, and I plan to stay out of it. Ridiculous. It's been buzzing up my phone all day. I'm like, what? What is going on? I thought someone died. Like, I legit thought someone died in my family. and I was like, oh fuck, someone died. You know, like, because when I see that chat really pop off, either someone was born or someone that maybe I did or didn't know passed away. And unfortunately, it's just silly stuff about hair and old people who have long since been dead. These people have been dead so long, like World War II was still ongoing when they passed away. So that to give you some idea of how long these people have not been with us. They've been gone so long, we weren't even in Korea at the time. There it is again. So I'm gonna move my phone. Give me a minute. Heard there was some bullying going on yesterday. Who the fuck was getting bullied? Where is this shit? Over here. I like how when they walk, sometimes they like jitter really weirdly. It's not what I wanted to do. Now I'm under attack. Alright, it was strong style, I think, right? I'm pretty sure. Strong style. You not. Ash said it was during a Pokemon raid. Were you bullying the Pokemon you were raiding? I have no idea what Ash did or didn't say. What the fuck? No, it was Raiden. Raiden was like, yeah, man, that Pokemon raid was like 80s bullying. I have no idea. There's a reason I just don't do those fucking raids anymore, honestly. And I probably won't. Like, honestly, I even talked with one of my friends. He was like, you're still playing this game? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you, like, how long does it take to get rank 10? And I'm like, I'm not doing rank 10. I'm doing all tasks. Which is pretty much what it's called. I don't know if there's, like, an official category for this game. I don't know if anyone is insane enough to speedrun doing all tasks in Legends Arceus. Like, this is probably the most boring category imaginable. Unless there's some exploit to do it faster. Like, I couldn't even imagine more than a handful of people have legitimately done it. Probably most of the people that have it hacked their Switch and just hacked all tasks. Because there is nothing that you get for this. So, getting crit in Pokemon feels like watching a dweeb getting pushed into a locker. That's very vivid imagery. You know what I realized? The chest nipples on Dusk Noir, that's not what they are, but the eyes on its chest kind of look like Bucciarati's button from Part 5. A little bit. Not the same shape, but like the same design. So much emotional damage. Yeah, fuck that. That's why I'm not doing it anymore. Like, I just end up not having fun. And so here's the thing that happens, right? I end up not having fun. I'll prep a strategy that works, but it's every strategy in Violet is luck-based. It just is, right? It just is. Unless there's very rare that you just have a strategy that either does not take basically the entire raid time to win, like that one raid, or is not luck-based at all, right? So the problem is that the strategy that we came up with works, but the strategy, if you have multiple people, doesn't work. Because if you start attacking too early, he starts doing too many moves and buffing himself too much. You're not terastallized, you're not set up, you're dead. You're fucked. So what you really need to have for a lot of these raids is you need to have teamwork. You need to have people come in with certain Pokemon, running certain strategies, using certain moves, with certain items and certain terastallizations. Now, luckily, we've never had a time where we didn't pull it off. But they're still going. Here, I'm going to move my phone onto the floor because I have a carpet. And I almost didn't have a carpet in this room. I would have been very annoyed. But yeah, like, that's my point. Is like, you want to be able to have certain setups. You need people to set up for certain moves, like Light Screen, Reflect. You need to have someone maybe do a couple other moves. If you just start attacking, you push the boss's phase, when you push the boss's phase, now they start to do 3 moves in a row, 4 moves in a row, 5 moves in a row. Why, who the fuck thought that was good? I have no idea. I can't describe to you how fucking angry I am at them. That they just let bosses get 10 moves back to back, and you just can't do anything. It's like, okay, well, my strategy is I take damage, I heal. I take damage, I heal. Alright, well, let's let him move 3 times, cleanse you, cleanse himself, steal orb charge, and then he also gets to knock you out. Stupid. No, I don't want to do raiding in Sword and Shield. I don't give a shit anymore. The rating currently is so fucking bad, I don't care anymore. That's the crazy part. I don't give 2 shits. I'm done with rating in Pokemon. They have soiled it forever. I don't give 2 fucks. Ow. Ow. That almost never happens. I don't give 2 shits anymore. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. You cannot convince me to care about it anymore. It's not fun. It stopped being fun several months ago. This whole year of raiding has been garbage. I do not like it. I do not enjoy it. Now, maybe if you have a designated group of 3 or 4 people who will all work together with you and you know, you're all working under a common banner, okay, maybe that's kind of fun, right? Okay, you have a couple of people who really know what they're doing, right? That could be kind of fun. But if you're playing with randoms, or heavens forbid, you can't fill the last slot because this game is made in 1992, then, you know, it's like, okay, well, I have an AI that's not doing anything. Luckily, them dying does not change or affect my victory. But, like, it's missed potential, right? It's opportunity cost. It's, okay, well, we could have a 4th person here. It's not like we get bonus time the less computers we have. You get the same amount of time no matter how many computers you have. So, like, they don't even it out, you know? Like, if they evened it out, maybe then I would say, okay, well, it doesn't really matter, right? We have what we need. But because they don't, it's like, okay, well, I'm just taking an L. And then sometimes with the Empoleon raid, having an AI fucks you over because if they have Intimidate, you lose the raid because every time they get knocked out, Empoleon stats get raised, even though the game doesn't show it to you. Because this, fuck, that game is so bad. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm giving all my money to GameStop. I don't give a shit. I'm buying that shit used for life. Sorry. I could not be bothered to raid. I will never buy the DLC for Pokemon Home. I'll probably not even buy Pokemon Home anyway, and I'll just hack a fucking Switch. These motherfuckers make me just genuinely not care about Pokemon. That's how good they are at making Pokemon games now. I almost don't even care. In fact, I really don't. That's why this is the last game I bought new, and I have more than gotten my money's worth out of this fucking game. Can we even climb over this? Oh my god, I didn't even know you could. Okay, very nice. Okay, let's leave. It's fucking stupid shit, man. The game just sucks. It's not fun. They actually didn't really refresh my online satchels, which is kind of weird. No, I didn't summon you, Ash. I was just talking about raiding. Okay. And how much I don't enjoy fucking raiding at all. In Violet. It sucks. It sucks. Pokemon, in my opinion, should just go back to being a single-player experience. Seriously. Like, that's when Pokemon was at its best, when it was about single-player shit. And yeah, there was multiplayer, right? Yeah, there was battling. Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff. Okay, fair. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. But, you know, when Pokemon started becoming, we have raids. We have online... It's like, bro, like, why don't you just go back and bring back contests? Why don't you go back, bring back breeding, bring back fun things to do in the overworld, like the national park, you know, with the bug catching contest. Like, why does it always have to be fucking online shit? And I know why. It's so they could sell fucking Nintendo online. Like, okay, cool. Like, whatever. It's $20 a year. I'm not going to lose my mind over $20 of Nintendo Online a year. That's whatever. I'm totally alright with that. It's fine. But, like, I'm also not going to sit here and say, like, okay, well, it's good. Like, Pokemon is ass, dude. Like, I get people have a lot of nostalgia with this franchise, which is why it gets so fucking awkward when you criticize it, because so many people act like you're attacking their childhood, as if it's not a part of basically every 90s kid's childhood to some degree is Pokemon. But, like, seriously, these games suck, dude. They're terrible. They're terrible games. They're lacking, right? the mainstream, it's just been bad. And it's very obvious that Game Freak doesn't want to continue it. Those raids are ass, bro. Those raids suck dick. I'm sorry. Someone probably had a lot of fun. I used to raid with my boyfriend. It was awesome. And it still sucks. I'm sorry. It's fucking trash, dude. There's no skill involved. It literally is how deep are your pockets. I actually booted Violet today by accident, thinking it was Arceus. I wasn't really looking. I was too busy plugging fucking plugs in. It's stupid. It's fucking awful, man. Alright, let's leave. That's it. Raids and Sword and Shield are fun. I don't know. Maybe. I just don't think Pokemon raids as a whole are fun. I don't think it's a good idea. And I'll raid it, and then I'll probably hate it. And then I'll hate it, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't think either are better. It might be better, but better than shit is still shit. It's just a less smelly version of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know where this thing spawns. But oh well, maybe Sword and Shield shouldn't have been such fucking repellent in the first place. 400 Pokemon in the decks. Go fuck yourself. And then you have to buy... They want you to buy the fucking DLCs to complete the decks. Like, at least before you would buy the other version. And then, yeah, you could argue you had to buy a second console to trade. Yeah, that's fucked. I agree. That wasn't a great system either, right? Technically, you could get away with certain things, like if you bought, like, Coliseum and XD. And you probably had a GameCube anyway if you were a Nintendo fan, right? Like, that's just kind of how it worked out. But, like, yeah, no, I agree. I understand that. That wasn't great either. Sword and Shield is actually turn-based. It doesn't add turns or take away turns. Everyone does their turn, and then the enemy does. Oh! Okay, now that's different. Because what I'm used to is not that at all. What I'm used to is they just say, your menu locks up, you can't move, and now the Pokemon gets to move 3 times, and you can't heal yourself. And then if you lock up so badly, the game auto-selects a move because it thinks you're AFKing out. Fuck. My god. Awful. Shit. Garbage. Doo-doo. Terrible. I still think raids are just a bad idea. I miss when Pokemon was a single-player game. First and foremost, at least. I think that was when Pokemon was at its best. When it was a single-player game, and they had single-player activities, and it was just, you know, based around that entirely. I think that's when Pokemon was at its best. Okay. You had a world to explore. The game wasn't trying to rush you into online. The frame rate was steady, right? Like, there's all... It's all kinds of things, both design-wise, you know, things like that. You know, for a series with this much history and this much public awareness and goodwill, for them to put out games that look like this is just slop, man. This looks like a Wii U game. I'm serious. And this is better than the other one. It's like, have you seen the other guy? It looks terrible. But that's what I like. I was playing a little bit of Heart Gold, and I was playing a little Crystal as well on the side, and I was like, damn, bro, like, remember when I used to play this all the time? I used to come home from high school every day of freshman year. Well, not every day, but, you know, after March 14th, I would come home from high school, and I would play Pokemon, Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Every day, I would come home and I would play Pokemon Heart Gold. And I would run around, grab the apricots so Kurt could make some Pokeballs, right? So I would have some unique Pokeballs and stuff, right? I would run around, do the Elite Four maybe once or twice, do whatever dailies were in Pokemon, because they had dailies in fucking Pokemon of all games. And then, you know, it was fun. It was just something to do. Every day there was something to do on Pokemon. Now you boot it up, the game barely even knows what time it is. It's a fucking disaster. That's why I stopped liking Pokemon. Like, that's why I stopped. I was like, oh, why am I going to play Gen 5 where they inserted a whole bunch of Pokemon that look terrible? And even by today's standards, those games are masterpieces. They still had features. They just looked weird, and I didn't like the shitty, like, GIF fucking jumping around that Pokemon did. I thought it looked really cheesy. It looked really fake how, like, Pokemon were fully animated and shit. I didn't like that. You know, you see how much innovation they put in before, and then you look at this and it's like, damn, bro. Heartbreaking. And that's why I don't respect them no more. Every other franchise is doing numbers, man. I was blown away by how good Three Houses was. I genuinely, if I wasn't really blown away by Three Houses, I would have maybe played just Golden Deer and maybe Blue Lion, and I would have said fuck Edelgard and moved on with my life. But I loved it so much, I was like, no, I want to play all 4 paths of the game. And then after that, I was like, oh, fuck, Three Hopes. This is awesome, even though Three Hopes has its own problems. But yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, sorry. Please don't miss. Thank you. Okay. As usual. We have one more Pokemon to go. No. Pokemon's too successful. Nintendo will never step in. The only way Nintendo steps in is if it's a matter of pride, because you know the Japanese are very prideful about their work. That's the only way Nintendo steps in, is if they feel it's actually, like, affecting their business. A bunch of people complaining on the internet is not going to change it. So, yeah. They could let it slide. They could let it slide 10 times. If I didn't get the game for $20 used from GameStop and the DLCs for free, I would have just not bought the DLCs, period. Like, I just would have said, too bad. Sucks to suck. And I would just never have played it. That's the only reason I played the DLCs, is because I just used gold coins that I weren't going to use, or I wasn't going to use anyway. They weren't going to go to use. That's the only reason I bought the DLC for Violet. And that's why, like, I'm not buying anything else. I'm done. Even Arceus was okay. Like, this game was okay. I don't regret purchasing it. It's just not a very good purchase. Like, even the year it came out, there were better games, you know? On the Switch. Was Three Hopes a 2022 game? I feel like it was, right? And then I took a break after beating Golden Deer, which was honestly the most disappointing path in that game. It won't change it. Japan can influence an AC game, and that was not a huge amount of people. What if the rest of the world starts a petition against Game Freak? See, here's the problem. You assume that Japanese developers give a fuck about what the rest of the world thinks. They don't. Spoiler alert. They care about their history, their people, their lineage, their representation, which is fair. They don't give a fuck. Like, even when Square Enix has problems with all kinds of games, not just 14, but that's primarily my #1 example. When does things change in 14? When either there's a massive worldwide movement against something, the devs realize a mistake, or something better they could do to streamline the game and add challenge elsewhere, or the Japanese complain about it. If the Japanese complain about something in 14, the odds that it gets changed go up exponentially. If the Americans complain about it, it doesn't happen. It just stays in the fucking game for eternity. AC was a unique example because they were claiming different things about Japanese history that was very obviously not true, but they just claimed it anyway, and they were just hoping people would just let them slide with it to justify it. And it turns out it's some dude's weird fucking fan fiction that he wrote into fucking official documents and, you know, university papers and things. Like to me, that's insanity. And obviously they thought it too, because they were like, no, what the fuck? There's no one bothered to look. No one cared. No one really cared because people wouldn't, you know, why would you assume someone's going to write some random black dude in Japan in the 1500s to have some crazy role he didn't have? Like, who actually spends their life to do that? But that's the problem, is someone actually does want to spend their life doing it. And that's where things start to get really fucky, because it's like, okay, well, now we have to play defense. So I don't think that the whole world standing on their toes is going to get Game Freak to change how they do things. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not that optimistic. They make billions of dollars on every Pokemon game. If Western people can save Sonic, but Sonic is not Pokemon, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there is a chance that you're right. I just don't think it is, because I just think that Pokemon is too big. It's too big to fail. There's that famous term, especially if you live in America. I think Pokemon is just too big to fail. You're not going to pressure the Japanese if they don't want to be pressured. In the same way that you're not going to almost pressure some of the Western developers to stop including the stupid shit that they include in their games. You're not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. You're wasting your time. You were not going to pressure fucking the Arkham devs into making Suicide Squad into a good game. Why? Because in their minds, they were like, no. We have to make Mr. Freeze into Miss Freeze and make her a lesbian with like a rainbow pride armor. Meanwhile, the rest of the game is dog shit. You were not going to pressure them into changing that. That game was doomed from the jump. And that's an ideological problem. You were not going to save that game, period. That game was fucked from day one. Rocksteady, by the way. I forgot the names of them. I've written them out of my fucking brain. Sonic is kind of a little bit whatever. Sonic's been around a lot longer than Pokemon. But, they still make bad Sonic games. It's just no one talks about them because after Sonic 06, like, what are you supposed to say? Like, what's a bad Sonic game? 06 doesn't even work. Like, 06, you will just clip out of the fucking wall. You're moving too fast. It's like, you know how they talk about the backwards long jump in Mario? That's just normal gameplay in Sonic 06. It's an okay game. It's a solid 6. Yeah, it could be a solid 6, but ideologically, it's just unattractive. So, like, I would never give the money for that, and I would never bother playing it. I'm just kind of sick of co-op shooters to begin with. I'll just be honest, even before all the bullshit and all the weird shit that they did with it, I just don't like co-op shooters anymore. I don't. I much prefer single-player, more refined experiences, and that's... What? Who? Who the fuck? What? I'm under attack. I don't know from who. There we go. That's why I prefer single-player games. Like, I had a multiplayer phase. It was cool. But do I want to sit around and play multiplayer games all fucking day? Of course not. That's boring to me. It's like, how many times am I going to play Call of Duty and get killed by a dude camping in a fucking corner? Right? Like, as if I haven't done that since I was 14 and 13. Like, that to me is just boring. I'd rather play new experiences, and that's what I've been trying to do. Now, lately, I've just been a little bit lazy, but that's besides the point. Like, that's what I made the channel for, was to play single-player games, primarily. It's not to play Call of Duty all fucking day, especially since I don't even like Call of Duty anymore. Wow, he gets to check twice. Amazing. What? It just ate it. It just didn't happen. Okay. Whatever. The Sonic 3D sucks. I disagree. I think there's good Sonic 3D games. I think the 2D games are very... I don't like Sonic 2D. I think they're fucking awful. Like, I could put up with it in Frontiers because Frontiers is an okay game. But, like, I think that there's good and bad to Sonic. I mean, but that's why Sonic is a very divisive franchise anyway. You have the old heads who like 2D Sonic, and then you have the more newer generation that like 3D. I don't like switching between them. I think Frontiers does a good job of trying to do a little bit of everything, though. And I can respect that. It's funny, too, that they're going to release Sonic X Shadow Generations, or whatever it is. About Sonic 06 as Shadow joined Generation. They showed a timeline about the game Shadow was in. They officially showed it on a podcast. 06 was not... Yeah, they want to forget 06. They want to pretend like that game never happened for multiple reasons. They want to pretend Sonic didn't kiss this fucking human. He has this weird interspecies relationship with this princess of some country. They want to pretend that 06 never happened, and honestly, I don't blame them. 06 was fucking awful. You know, it tries to be Sonic Adventure 3 with none of the charm, none of the polish, and none of the refinement. Sonic Adventure 3, unfortunately, will just never happen. That would have been perfect. Imagine if they had Sonic Adventure 3 and the logo has 3 different parts to it for each of the characters. I don't know why they didn't just copy-paste that formula and call it a day. That would have been like the easiest W they could have ever taken. Seriously. And they did not. They made a game that was glitchy and then they pushed it to launch so they could reach that holiday window. They prioritize money over the good of the product. And that's why it's infamously known as a terrible game. So, it's to the point, I don't even think they'll ever really remake it. I think you're going to have to wait for people to remake it with AI. Remake it with the AI will smooth over the code. It'll make it so it's less glitchy. You know, like, you're going to have to wait potentially a decade or more for AI to catch up, and then maybe you'll start to get it. So, what do I think of the Sonic cartoons? Never watched them. I never saw Sonic X. I saw one episode of Sonic X about a couple months ago because it was on Netflix and my friends were just browsing it. And I was like, oh my god, it's an isekai? I was like, what the fuck? It's an isekai anime about Sonic. How does that even work? I don't know. I played on release. I enjoyed it. You're the only person I've ever seen say that. I didn't play it on release. I played it some years later, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I've heard Sonic Boom is hilariously funny, but I've never watched it, so. I've heard Sonic X is the peak, though. But, like, everything made in that 2000s era was good because they only cared about making good stuff back then. Like, all the major IPs and everything were just good. It was just good because it was just cool. It was awesome to like these things. And that's why people liked it. That's why you had G4 was at its peak. But I didn't really watch, like, Fox early morning cartoons because I had piano lessons every Saturday. I never got to really watch it. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, 4Kids One Piece, which in and of itself is a trip. Yeah, I never got to watch any of that. Unfortunately. So my appreciation of it has gone up immensely over the years because now I'm like, damn, like, what is there to like? Do I want to watch the fucking Acolyte, which is just like lesbian therapy for fucking people who think they know how to write Star Wars? Of course not. Why the hell would I do that and waste my fucking time? I don't give a shit. I was absolutely never going to watch the Acolyte. From the first day they announced it, I was like, wow, this series sounds like shit. Now, and then you find out it's breaking canon and all kinds of shit. Like, I don't know, man. What, are they just immune? What the fuck? That was so weird. I would never fucking watch that shit. That shit looks terrible. You are the first person I know that actually thinks it's good. I think it's ass. They have Kiadi Mundi being born before he's supposed to. The fucking choreography looks terrible. And mind you, this is not Star Wars in the 2000s. It's like just, if it's not the Cal games, I don't care anymore. I don't give a shit. But that's just why I don't go see any movies anymore. It's like, what am I supposed to go see? I wouldn't touch any of this shit with a 20-foot pole, honestly. I was thinking of buying an electronic keyboard, not a mechanical one. See, I'm not the person to ask about keyboards because I don't really dive too deep into any of that. We have to use Dark Pulse, but luckily that's not as intense. Okay. Very nice. But yeah, Sonic 06 is trash. Star Wars is ruined. Deadpool and Wolverine. I've heard it was good and bad in equal measure. I've seen like a 50-50 split from people who think Deadpool and Wolverine is good, and I've seen you know, obviously the other 50 say it was trash and it tries too hard. Now again, maybe it's just written. Maybe it's written by people who care. But I'll be honest with you, I just don't care about Marvel. I never cared about Marvel movies. Marvel movies to me are just like, they just exist. I genuinely don't care about them. Oh my god, an Alpha Bidoof. You almost never see that for very weird and nondescript reasons. Only movie I really know is people were super coping over Black Panther. And they were like, wow, this is what Africa could be like. That's the only reason my mom went to go see Black Panther, and I went with her. is because she was it was basically like cope for black people. It really is. It's really sad. The whole movie is really just cope. Who's messaging me? Hold on. Let's see. Pokemon Raid Group. Oh, it's Ash. Pokemon Legend. Oh, this is a fake game. Anyway. I was like, what? I thought we were doing ZA. Only movie I'm going to see is going to be... I'll see... what were the movies I wanted to see this year? I know one of them was Sonic 3. I forget the other two. I was like, I'll see maybe 2 movies this year. I'll just go buy the tickets and just go watch it or something. Try to get to like an early showing or something. Because why not? The Sonic movie trilogy is like seriously some of the only like modern day Hollywood shit I even care about. Black Panther is like a mid movie at best. I'll be honest, it's a mid movie. Now, as much as I think that some of the pop culture reactions around it were kind of disgusting and weird, it is kind of a mid fucking movie. It's okay. It literally is the definition of an okay movie. The more you try to connect it to real life, like outside of the scope of the movie, the more cringe and weird it fucking gets. That's why I'm like, oh lord, here we go. More Black Panther worshippers, as usual. And then after that, at least a bunch of people I know, people in my family especially, they went to go see Black Panther, and then they just never saw another Marvel movie. They don't care about Marvel. They don't give 2 shits. I mean, like, sure, you could argue that you get what you get out of a movie, right? Like, that's the point. But also, it's kind of like, so we really didn't go here to see a Marvel movie. We went here to see a movie that was primarily black people casted. Like that's really it. So it could have been anything. Which is funny because I liked American Fiction. Or what was the name of that movie? Was it American Fiction? What was the movie I just saw this year? We saw it early. Was it American Fiction? Fuck me, dude. No. Oh my god. This is why I use Google Chrome exclusively. Yeah, American Fiction. It was a 2023 film, but we saw it this year, I feel like. Oh, absolutely a great movie. Loved it. It's one of the few times that my mom took me to see a super black-themed movie, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually a pretty funny, good movie. Isn't that what Jordan Peele is about? Yes, exactly. You nailed it right on the head. Jordan Peele was a genius for Get Out, because I think that every black man out there who doesn't only date black women, who dates outside his race, can sympathize or even envision himself in those opening few moments of Get Out. I think it's such a well-cast movie, it's a well-done movie, but the problem with it is that it's a one-trick pony. Like, after that, I didn't care about any of his other movies. Up, or whatever the one was with the big saucer that's flying around in the sky or whatever, and the guy's a jockey or whatever. I didn't care much for Us. Like, that was it. That was his one-trick pony maneuver. And even Get Out gets a little bit weird at the end. But that's like a lot of horror movies, so I kind of gave it a pass. I was like, okay, he's trying to... It's a cool take, right? A lot of people, myself included, could probably relate to some of this. So I was like, okay, that's fair. Fair is fair. I think that that's a pretty alright movie, because it definitely has that good grounding in that initial, like, first third or so of the movie, right? I'm trying to remember, was it the Clue movie where they had multiple versions of it? And, like, they showed different versions to different theaters? I kind of wish, like, some movies had that, like that interactive storytelling a bit. I feel like that would be really good, honestly. Like, you have different endings to different movies, so it keeps you on your toes, You're not just waiting for the... I don't know. Sometimes I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, Jordan Peele is a one-trick pony. And listen, that's not to say he's bad. It's just, I'm not as excited for his other stuff. Like, it's just, okay, Get Out was such a once-in-a-lifetime one-off. I was like, okay, that's, sure. Right? And then after that, I was like, okay, well, I've seen this movie already, right? Like, how many times do I need to see something black people. Like if that's the movie, I've seen it already. You know? What am I doing again? Let's do high horsepower. There's a chance that we get screwed here, but whatever. I like Denzel Washington. He's a good actor. Listen, you're talking to someone who likes Will Smith's acting, right? Forget all the stuff about his entanglement and whatever Jade is doing, right? I like Will Smith. I thought Will Smith was funny since the day I fucking first watched, like, Men in Black and all these other movies when I was a kid. But, like, you know, after a certain point, I don't know, man. Jesus, this thing is aggressive. How? I think I hit him. I directly hit him. Holy shit. Alright, can you come up here? Wow, it actually went through the terrain. Look at that. Alright. Do they all enter combat? Yes, they do. Well, that's not good. Oh, boy. If this isn't a KO, I'm super dead. Thank you. I do like how the music changes like that. That's actually really cool. That's like one of my favorite little details that they put in this game. The music will change after a Pokemon is KO'd. He also had a movie about a black woman that were experienced trying to live a normal life. Is he really the Black M. Night? I'm sorry, his movies are cliche. Why are you apologizing? I wouldn't even ask him to apologize. That's okay. That's the kind of movie he wants to make. But yeah, he would kind of be the M. Night, the Black M. Night, which is fair. Maybe that's a little uncharitable, but you know, it's fair. That doesn't make his movies bad. I just don't really enjoy him. Like, American Fiction was a good movie because I liked that every character was flawed, right? Every character had a motivation. I never felt like they were talking down to a certain group or they were saying that white people suck. Like, that's why I liked that movie, because I thought it was a pretty fair, you know, I think it was pretty fair across the board, right? I felt like everyone felt like a human. Like, what the fuck? Who? Another Monferno? Yeah. So that made it more enjoyable because I felt like I was watching a movie about humans, not caricatures. And also, it's a good movie. I recommend it. I 100% recommend it. I like how they're just chain alerting off of me now. There's like nothing I can really do about it, which is really funny. Am I too far? Dude, this game sucks. This game is trash. Seriously. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't care about most movies. The girl power gets obnoxious sometimes. The black power gets obnoxious sometimes. I just stop caring, honestly. Because I feel like people are more interested in pushing a message in a movie than pushing a good movie and pushing a good story. And like, once you start to do that, whether it's a game, whether it's a movie, whether it's a comic, whatever, like, you know, I just start to feel like this is some weird fetish. I feel like you're being lectured to, and like, then they always say like, representation's so big and so important. I feel like that's cap. I feel like that's maybe to a certain group of people who are really terminally into it. Like, you have an entire legion of people who idolize Goku, who relate to Naruto, who like Ichigo, and none of them are Asian. Most of them are black or Hispanic. You know, good stories will always trump message, period. Good stories will always trump that. Now, it could be cool. You could have characters like that. I'm not saying you have to have stories that are all white. What I'm saying is don't force it. Don't force it. Don't throw a character in, you know, that feels like it was just there just to diversify the cast. So a bunch of people online will either go see your movie or not complain about it, you know? Like, to me, it makes more sense to include a character that has a good basis in the story, that has a good backing, that feels like they're a flawed individual, right? That doesn't mean they have to be a criminal, right? They could just be, you know, a person. And that's totally okay. And stop giving black people the Killmonger haircut, bro. I've seen one person ever with that haircut. Yeah, Naruto and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are getting a fucking crossover, dude. I found out about that yesterday. I'm like, why the hell is this even happening? I mean, I guess now we're just trying to milk Naruto because I guess they realized that Boruto is going to be the GT of Naruto. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I wish them the best, I guess. Like, I'm not going to say it's a terrible idea. I just don't really care. Like, to me, I had such a good time with Naruto. I could close the book on that chapter of my life. I enjoyed it. I don't have to hate it, but I'm also not, like, thirsting over every new thing Naruto, you know? It's time to go watch other stuff. And watch Naruto every day, all day, for the rest of my life, you know? Like, let's be fair here. I watched Naruto since I was 8, 9. I used to go, even when I would go to Virginia, I would try to watch it, even though my family would hog the televisions. But, you know, it is what it is, right? I would do my best to watch it every week. Because back then, we didn't have Crunchyroll. We didn't have internet websites you could go and watch the whole thing in sub or dub, your choice. Right? That didn't come around until I was already leaving middle school. Right? Like 2007, 2008. That's when I was like, okay, I'll just go watch Naruto online if they're going to take away Toonami. And that's how I started watching anime online. And I just started spending more and more time on YouTube and shit. Not to make this another the old days of YouTube were better, but the old days of YouTube were better, and I'll leave it at that. The days when people were just genuinely dicking around, saying stupid shit, doing stupid shit. Yeah, you already know. I've already ranted about that. I saw artwork of the Turtles having a leaf bandana. I thought, what the fuck is that? I'm happy for you. I will not be involving myself in that. I'm good. I'm not even going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say I don't really care. I think I'll just get away with that. There you go. Alright, now we just use Blizzard. Look how fast this is coming along. Seriously. Very nice. Honestly, it is faster when you reset for outbreaks that give you weak Pokemon. Because we even got hit and it didn't even hurt that much. We need to use Blizzard. So I guess we have to do Combi. Alright. Or, no, let's do Chimecho. And the reason why we're going to do Chimecho is because we're going to do, Dusk Noir. Makes more sense. There's very few pure psychic types, so this will be good because it'll get us good progress. Yeah, don't worry. There's tons of stuff I never watched that I have plenty of time to catch up on, so I'm not, like, torn up about it. Like I said, if most things want to go to shit, like, I have tons of stuff to watch. I'm not, like, gonna lose my mind over it or anything. It's fine. Like, but I'm not gonna be angry about it. I'll be like, alright, cool. I'll just go watch something else. Like, okay. Wow, you really got me. What will I do? I can't see anything new unless I go to the theater? Oh, no. Save myself fucking $40. It's not like the old days. Like I said, that one time I went out with that friend of mine and we saw 2 movies, that was dope because I cared about those movies. Nowadays, not so much. Don't really give a shit. Thank you for missing. Or it has no effect. Thank you. Awesome, I loved it. Even though it was modern day Star Wars, Rogue One was okay, right? And Assassin's Creed was okay. It was more cooler that we were just hanging out and shooting the shit together. That was a lifetime ago, obviously. It was almost 8 years ago. But, you know. Good thing I did not use it. We should do that. Because there's plenty of ghost types, but not a lot of psychics. Our options are very limited when it comes to psychic types. Where's your front? Man, I hate this Pokemon. It looks like a Luigi's Mansion ghost. This Pokemon is so weird. Most importantly, did I watch the Thing prequel and the Thing? I did not see the prequel. I did see the original. I actually talked about it the other day, where the guy's trying to defib that one dude. I saw it a long time ago. He's trying to defib that one dude, and he puts his hands down to shock his chest, and he gets his hands bitten off. That shit was crazy. That blew my mind back in the day. I think I saw it around the time I was watching or playing Dead Space. Dead Space might not have been new at the time, but I think I saw it around that time. And I was like, yo, this is dope. I was like, this is fucking cool, man. I did not see the modern day prequel pseudo-soft remake or whatever. That didn't happen. Have I seen the Afro Samurai cartoon? Yes. I am more familiar with the video game, though. Because I actually played the video game. That's actually one of the few games I have a full all achievements run of on Xbox. I got all the achievements in that game. Believe it or not, the hardest achievement to get in that game is body part poker on the bridge with the fucking Kunoichi. I literally was unable to get an arm off the Kunoichi for like an hour. I was unable to get an arm. I would get a head, I'd get a leg, and then the bitches would never give me an arm. And I would just waste my time and run out of time trying to get it. Yeah, that was very fun. And now, if you've never played the game, you have no idea what I'm talking about, which is why I should play the game. Prequel's good, but it's not as good as the original, but it's good. Okay, that's fair. Again, it's hard to compete with some of those, like, 1980s, like, iconic franchises, you know? Like, what do you think Terminator's been doing? Terminator sucks now. Terminator's fucking trash. Terminator just been bad since Terminator 3. Like, the whole point of Terminator is fighting fate. You can change fate through your determination and your willpower. And every fucking time, they're like, okay, but what if the future just happens anyway? You know, like, what if you're just unable to change it? Well, then you defeated the whole purpose of Terminator 2, which is that you can change the future. It's not set in stone. I know it sounds like a fucking JRPG plotline, but it's the truth, right? It's like, what the hell? This is the Western version of it. And every single one, whether it's Terminator 3, whether it's Dark Fate, it's always some weird twist on, but what if we couldn't change the future and the future's fucked anyway? When in reality, they just wanted to put a female protagonist in Terminator for Dark Fate. They wanted to bring Arnold and, Linda Hamilton? They wanted to bring them back for one final hurrah, and then they wanted to, like, have some weird passing of the torch so they could insert a female character into it. That's all. Where is it? Oh, I passed it. Oh my god, you put it here? I'm playing Dark Souls. Thank you. Man, I love that you don't get dismounted from that. They debunked the ending for the Thing without using the PS2 game. Keith David breathes, you see no condensation. Keith David is the Thing. I mean, yeah, and then the PS2 game follows off of that, which I thought was really cool. I actually own that game. I don't think I own it for PS2, though. I think I own it for Xbox, which is bad because I can't actually play it on Xbox because I don't have an Xbox original. But I wanted to own it, and I do. So. And that's confirmed. Because I thought they intentionally left it open-ended. That's not like an editing error or like an error in a, what is it called? Like a edit, like they realized it after they were done. I'm gonna play it soon. Never played it, but I love the thing, so I want to know what happens. Yeah, I heard it's good. I heard it's like a good movie tie-in game, which is rare in this day and age. Like I said, nothing will be better than Enter the Matrix. Enter the Matrix was like a design part of the Matrix lore. It's so crazy how, like, Enter the Matrix is hyper canon. And it's just like this forgotten chapter and it will never get a re-release, ever. Makes me a little sad because it's a very well done game for 2003. And it had, like, all the weird ARG stuff at the time. You know, it told you to go to a website. They have, like, a bunch of teasers for Matrix Revolutions. And, like, that's how I feel about Matrix 4. Is like, it exists. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's like a 7. is like maybe like a 6.5. It exists. I don't hate it. So Matrix 4, in my opinion, now, are they going to make Matrix 5 through 6? Probably not. I think they're just going to call it a day and just be like, whatever. We made a new movie. We have our happy ending. Call it quits. And I don't blame them. I thought it was all right. I actually enjoyed it. Out of all the unnecessary sequels and milking the fuck out of stuff, right? Like, out of all of that, I can at least say The Matrix is one of the lesser offensive ones to exist. I'd rather it be just kind of like a little bit of an addition on the lore and nothing else major than like something terrible like Star Wars. So it followed. I'm assuming he means Niobe. Yeah, Niobe and Ghost. Yes, that was the problem. Yeah, it was not about people wanted a Neo game, and then they got Path of Neo, and Path of Neo is this basically it's like a shitpost in video game format. I'm not even kidding. But, like, that's what I thought what made it cool, is that you weren't Neo. Like, you were doing important things behind the scenes to make the plot line of the movie make sense. So when Niobe shows up and catches Morpheus on the freeway, you're like, oh, well, I guess no one is really asking how she got there. But, you know, like, they add context to it, right? Like, her and the two of them have a lot of history together. I thought that was cool. That's one of my favorite parts about The Matrix. I love that shit. By the way, it's in the other one. It's down. It's at the bottom. I went up to the top, as usual. That's instinct. It's actually one of my most viewed playthroughs, believe it or not, is Enter the Matrix. Probably because I'm one of the few people on the fucking internet to play it. Well, few is a relative thing, obviously. But, like, everyone does a playthrough of most big games now. I'm one of the few people that go back and play, like, actual old-school GameCube games at this point. And I do it again. I am unapologetic about that shit. I don't care. I love that game. And it's on 2 discs. And the cool part is that disc 1 is black and disc 2 is green. I love that. I miss playing that game. I miss being a kid. Man, my summers were fire. As we recently learned about video games, no one cares about the side characters. That's not totally true. Is that they make really shitty games. Are we gonna, like, we can't even pretend the Gollum game is, like, made by a notoriously bad studio. Gollum, Walking Dead, and King Kong, Skull Island or whatever is like the trilogy of shit fucking games. Let's be completely honest here. They're bad. They're bad, and we know they're bad. It's, like, not even a secret, honestly. Oh my god, stop missing. Fuck. I'm gonna reload in combat, because I don't think Yanma flees. And if it does, then whatever. Why are there no PP ups in this game? Seriously. Gollum was the game everyone said why Gollum so many knights, ring, wraiths, kings, etc. But Gollum though? Oh yeah, people are like, well, why not everything else? I don't know. I don't know, man. Listen, I think we're gonna have this same conversation in a few months about fucking Star Wars Outlaws. I genuinely think that game's gonna be trash too. It has all the hallmarks of a modern day Disney product. Wasn't there a King Kong musical? Maybe. I'm not like a huge King Kong fan. I saw the gameplay of Outlaws, bro. They listen, I don't like to judge things off of the trailer alone, but I'm not looking for a reason to like this game. In fact, I'm kind of looking for a reason to dunk on Ubisoft now. Because after the Assassin's Creed shit and everything else, I'm like, yeah, I kind of hope you guys get fucked for a little bit. The Assassin's Creed shit is extra egregious, too. And this is coming from a guy, like, while playing Mirage, I'm like, oh my god, like, see, this is a nice little, you know, it's a little bit costly, right? It was, how much, I forget how much I paid for Mirage. It might have been 60, it might have been 40, I don't remember. But, like, however much, I was like, this is a really good, solid game. I can't wait to see what they do next. And this is what they do next. It's like I'm being fucking trolled. Huh? The fuck? What is going on in their fucking heads, man? Like, damn, dude. I have every reason to play Assassin's Creed on this channel and suck it off live on this channel. And then they do that, and I'm just not going to. I'll just wait my 2 fucking weeks. GameStop will get my $54.99 or whatever, and then they're not going to get any money from it. And then I'll just call it a fucking day, because I'm not going to care about the DLC of this game. So fuck it. I actually want a Star Wars game where you're not a Sith or a Jedi. You could have input like that on KOTOR. Like KOTOR. I don't know why I said KOTOR. It's a good idea. I think it's going to be executed really poorly. Like even before talking about the Jabba the Hutt locked mission on disc DLC, whatever the fuck it is, like, I just think it's going to be executed poorly. I have no faith in Ubisoft. I have no faith in the modern day Star Wars game, period, at all. Other than Respawn, I have no faith in a modern day Star Wars game. I bought plenty of them, and they're all ass, besides the fucking Fallen Order games. They're all terrible. They're all just not... I don't know, man. It's ideological. Then they did the thing where they made the fucking main character ugly, and then they act like face scanning is this alien technology that only the Japanese have access to. Yeah, I don't... It's so unnecessary to me that they just can't scan this woman's face correctly at all. That to me makes no fucking sense at all. I also have no faith in it, but I want it to be acceptable. Hey, you're hoping for the best. I'm just saying I'm not willing to put money into it. Now, maybe I'll buy it used, of course. Maybe I'll buy it used in December if it's on, like, a super sale at GameStop. But other than that, I'm not buying it. Like, you know, I got other games I'd rather buy. I could always buy something to increase my collection. So, am I rushing to buy Star Wars Outlaws? No. And remember, there's not a lot coming out this year. Like, seriously, there really isn't. There's not a lot coming out this fall at all. A couple Nintendo games here. I don't even think Microsoft's big game Avalanche is coming out anytime soon. You know, so I think there's plenty of time if you want to complete your backlog, if you want to do some extra stuff. This is the year. Do it now. Because next year... your GTA 5 is just going to dominate whatever month it's coming out. And I don't even know if it has a designated release date. And look, I don't have a lot of faith in modern Rockstar games. I think that they're kind of okay. Like, obviously they're good in quality, but they're not, like, classic Rockstar great. But, you know, this is the year. This is the year. If you're looking for, like, an old school style game, they enter combat together? No, they do not. If you're looking for an old school style game, or you want to empty your backlog a bit, sure. Next year, Sony is going to bombard... No, they won't. No, they won't. They're going to bombard us with the Until Dawn remake. Why are they remaking a game that came out and probably has a PS5 patch? I don't know. I haven't looked. Why are they remaking a game that came out this recently? Where's Massive? Where's Supermassive right now? They didn't release a new game after... I think they're in financial trouble, I think I saw, but I can't remember, and I don't want to go totally on the record for it. Like, why didn't Supermassive release their new game? The fucking alien one or whatever. Where are they? What's going on? What happened? Are they okay? Are they... obviously, the people are okay. Like, is the studio okay? Like, what's going on? Why haven't they released their next game? I thought it was supposed to be a yearly installation, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. But I don't know what Sony's gonna do, man. Like, what games does Sony even have cooking? Rebirth was like their big shit in the pan. And Square Enix is busy getting fucked because they keep signing deals with Sony and not making enough money. So that's why they stopped. They immediately dropped Kingdom Hearts on Steam. Probably made a huge fucking payday off of Kingdom Hearts again. But remember, that's a decade-old collection. What new IPs? I genuinely forget. I'm not even trying to shit on it. Like, what new IPs? Why don't they revive some of their old IPs? And I don't mean Uncharted. I mean, like, why don't they revive Resistance? Why don't they make another Killzone? Why don't they make another Jak and Daxter? Well, don't have Naughty Dog do it, because Naughty Dog can't make a fucking game anymore. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not bring back some of the stuff they know will win over fan approval? Look, I know people said Thieves in Time wasn't that great, But would you rather have Thieves in Time or no Sly Cooper? I don't know about you. I would take a solid 7, solid 8, maybe even a 6 with interesting mechanics if it meant that my franchise does not go into dormancy. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but like, look, I understand everyone wants the next game to be 10 out of 10. I get it. But would you rather, like, I could compromise. I could be like, okay, let's take a 6, let's take a 7, right? Let them try something new, and then they can perfect it as we go on. That's just me, though. I'm happy to take lesser graphics, lesser everything, so they don't have to spend $80 million on a fucking Ratchet and Clank game. I don't care how much they spent on it. It's too much. How could you spend that much money on a fucking platformer? What are you, dumb? Come on. They would never make another Jak and Daxter, though. Jak and Daxter had fucking tits in it. That's never happening. They'd rather had no Jak and Daxter than Jak Frontier. Well, I mean, that's a PSP game. Like, I mean, like a full-on console-themed game. You have different areas, collectibles, etc. Like, dude, am I going to have to wait for another 10 years for AI to really take off so people could AI create Spyro games? And then they could AI put in, you know, they could reverse engineer Ripto's voice lines into new voice lines? Like, that's what it's going to become. You know, and then, like, obviously, like, Atlas, Jesus. First thing I think about when I'm about to talk about copyrights is Atlas. But, like, you know, then all these other companies are gonna, you know, throw around the gauntlet or whatever. And, like, neither of these. Obviously, they're gonna start throwing around lawsuits and shit. But, like, then they'll just, I don't know, man. They're gonna throw around cease and desist. I just hope these dudes eventually are just like, you know what? I'm gonna work on it. I'm not going to say anything. We're going to keep it under wraps, and we're just going to stealth drop it and take no money. Because fuck these companies, man. They could make these games if they wanted to, and they don't have to employ 1 billion people. They could give an indie studio that has a decent reputation a chance. That's literally what Toys for Bob was. Toys for Bob is some of the most talented people out there, and I would just have them cycle games every year. I would have 2 teams at Toys for Bob, cycling different games every year. So one year, you know, one of them works for Sony. One of them is making Spyro games, you know? Spyro and Crash. And, like, yeah, you're not going to make $1 billion off a fucking Crash Bandicoot game in 2020, idiots. But at least you have a Crash Bandicoot game. People are happy. It's multiple revenue sources, right? You're not always going to get everyone to get on the fucking Call of Duty train, you clowns. Fuck, I hate these people, man. It's okay to have a revenue source that doesn't bring in as much. They're not indie? Oh, I thought they were indie. They're small, I know that. I know they're small, but they're smaller, but yeah, okay, they're not indie then. My apologies. But okay, but alright, even case in point. There's gotta be an indie studio out there that can do this. And they're not getting a chance. And now no one's getting a chance because they're not making any games. So no one is happy. Jeez, that's loud. Ah, he turned around. Whatever. Playing the Spyro Reignited was so good. It was like taking a step back into my childhood. It was that beautiful, man. Damn near could make me cry how beautiful it is. And you look at that and you tell me they didn't get a shot at Spyro 4? Wish some dude would just hire them for like a couple $1 million and just make them get the licensing or whatever. That's what we need billionaires to do. We need a billionaire that just makes video games all day. He just tells them what to make, he buys the license, and then they just make it. Toys for Bob go way back. Tony Hawk, PS1. They made a lot of shitty spin-offs or shitty DreamWorks. Yeah, I'm sure they had a lot of changing of the guard. That's like the studio that made Hogwarts Legacy. They've been around forever. I think it's the same studio that makes Jack and... No, no. Tak and the Power of Juju. And now they're making arguably one of the better looking games and one of the better immersive games of 20 whatever. Was it a year ago? Yeah, it was a year ago. They know how to make it. Seems like a no-brainer. Let them make another open world game. Oh, Lord, never mind. Madagascar. Oh, my God. But, I mean, hey, back in the day, every movie had a tie-in game. Even the robots. I remember I got a robots game. I never even saw the movie. I kind of drifted out of that stuff very early. I never seen, like, a lot of these Pixar movies. Because I just don't really care for them, personally. Never seen a lot of the Disney movies either. I don't think I've ever seen Alice in Wonderland. What's the other ones in Kingdom Hearts? Like, my most experience to half the worlds in Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts. I've never seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't really care. And to be fair, that's a lesser Disney movie anyway. Hercules I've seen. I saw it recently. And that's like the #1 Kingdom Hearts world that's been in everything. Yeah, I've never seen Snow White, never seen Cinderella all the way through, never seen any of these movies all the way through. Sleeping Beauty, I always get those mixed up, never seen that. Beauty and the Beast, I think, is another one as well, never seen that. What else? Like, you recognize things from it, but I've never seen it, you know what I mean? Oh my God, he fucking concealed themselves. No, I've seen The Little Mermaid. I don't really remember it, but I saw it as a kid, definitely. Lion King, obviously, everyone's seen that. What else? Tarzan I saw, but I don't remember it. And to be fair, neither does Sora because of copyright. Never seen 101 Dalmatians. Maybe I owned it, though. No, maybe I have seen it. I feel like we had it on VHS, but I can't for the life of me recall. It's possible. Let me leave it as it's possible, and I don't remember. And then, like, anything after, like, 2003, 2004, I just never saw. Because I just stopped. You know, I guess you could argue I grew out of it. I was more into Star Wars and Lego and things like that. The real life movie? I don't know. I remember the Balto movie. I don't remember the whole plot of it. I remember seeing that because they have that statue in Central Park. Like, you could actually walk by it today. I kind of know the way to it. Kind of. Kind of know my way around Central Park without looking at a map. Especially the parts that aren't really close to me. Kind of. But yeah, it's just, like, you know, it just wasn't really for me. I just didn't like a lot of that stuff. You know what I didn't see? Lilo and Stitch. I think that's the one where I was like, I don't really care for it. Lilo and Stitch, I wasn't feeling that. Alright, well, we'll finish Mamoswine today. That's going to be very easy. So, we'll do Mamoswine. After that, we'll probably just chill. We're only an hour and a half in. Actually, doing this is faster than whatever the hell I was doing before. Holy shit. I'd love to see it. When I see Cruella, you see the actress in your head. I see the cartoon version of her. I know they made like a prequel or whatever, but yeah, whatever. I never said Lilo and Stitch was bad. I just wasn't interested. I don't care about Ohana means friends or whatever. No, it's Ohana means family. I don't care. I didn't watch the movie. If it wasn't in Kingdom Hearts, I wouldn't know shit about it, basically. I'm not a Disney fan. I'm sorry. I just don't like Disney movies. And then all the new Pixar stuff, I just didn't care about. Like, the last Pixar movie I saw was definitely Incredibles. Right? What did they... Let me look up what they've made. So I could actually... Let me not use Firefox, because Firefox is weird. Pixar. Let's see. List of Pixar films. Obviously, I've seen Toy Story, seen A Bug's Life, seen Toy Story 2. I saw Monsters, Inc. Obviously seen Finding Nemo. The Incredibles, and then that's it. I never saw Cars, never saw Ratatouille, never saw WALL-E, never saw Up, never saw Toy Story 3, never saw Cars 2, never saw Brave, never saw Monsters. I've never seen any of these. That was my last. I've never seen Incredibles 2, never seen Toy Story 4, and I don't really care about any of this other stuff. Oh, I did see Turning Red, because we were making fun of it. That's the only reason we saw that. That's the only Pixar movie I've seen in almost, like, however many years it was. What was it, like, damn near almost 15 years? Almost 20 years I did not see a Pixar movie. 22 years, or not, sorry, 18 years I did not see a Pixar movie. Yeah, Disney movies I don't really care for, so. What can I say? When I was in 5th grade, I cared about games. I was playing games more and more, so that's why. It wasn't for me, so I just said, alright, cool. It's not for me. I didn't even get any more action figures and stuff. I started just getting Legos or video games. That's it. That's all I cared about as a kid. Don't be angry at me. I don't like musicals. There might be a couple musicals I might really vibe with. Oh, that's right. Joker 2 was another movie I wanted to see. There's a couple musicals I vibe with, but I don't like musicals for kids. I don't really give a shit. Sorry, I just don't. I just really don't. What do we need to do for Probo Pass? Power Gem. Perfect. Talk about Lilo Stitch was made in secret. They never showed Disney any of it. They took a skeleton crew and worked on it. They showed it to Disney and it was greenlit. That's fucking awesome. Nowadays, that probably wouldn't happen. Sounds like a dope backstory, honestly. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Alright. I'm running. I gotta scare them away. And then I'll hop back down. Okay, here we go. Heal. You see that one on the left? How it's like constantly nodding and looking at me? Like, no, bro, you do not see me, bro. What the fuck? This game is the whole circus. Sometimes you gotta hide from the Eye of Sauron. Yeah, and then look at that. It was a huge success. I just didn't care. Oh, you see that camera drift? Look at that. Look at that. You can see it. You can see it move. That's not me. Oh my god. Thanks. Okay, well, at least now we can confirm it's a terminal case of drift. I love it. Thank you. I love wasting money. I know a game we should get Spray to play. I hope it's not Disney Dreamlight Valley, because I'm not playing that. Whatever you're about to suggest, I'm not playing. I can tell you right now, it's not gonna happen. Hello. Echo the Dolphin? No. Where am I supposed to find Echo the Dolphin? On PS2. Seriously. Where am I supposed to find this? Yes, I know who Echo the Dolphin is.
for anyone who's about to say, you never heard of Echo the Dolphin. Yes, I know who he is. I'll see. No, I don't care. I will use dark mode. Thank you very much. Alright. Echo the Dolphin. Defender of the Future is an action-adventure game developed by Appaloosa Interactive. Oh, boy. Alright, let's see how much this costs. Ooh. Well, they have it for $15 on eBay, but the sad part is I'm still not buying it.
Jesus, dude. Oh my god. It's on the PlayStation Store. Probably. Nah, I'm still not buying it. I'll buy it later. Try not to spend a ton of extraneous money at the moment. So, like, for the last month, yeah, I've talked about things I've recently bought, but, like, outside of that, for the last month or so, I've only actually bought things I actually really need to buy. Dude can't rise up to my challenges. You can't rise up to mine. First of all, Rogue Galaxy is a fucking mid-game with terrible fucking systems. And I don't really care about an Echo the Dolphin game. Most people probably don't even know what the fuck that is. I know what it is because I've been playing video games a long time. Most people probably only know what it is because, oh, well, I watched a YouTube essay on it. Which is fair, right? If you watched it, I'm not going to shit on you for watching YouTube essays. But yeah, you're right. I have no interest in playing Echo the Dolphin. In reality, most streams on this channel should literally be me just playing the same 3 games. And you guys just have to fucking deal with it. But I'm not that much of an asshole, so I'll mix it up sometimes. It really should just be like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna play what I want. And that's gonna be every stream I ever do ever for the rest of eternity. I don't have enough gravel. Oh my god. Fuck. He's gonna get to move twice. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just annoying that I didn't reload when I had the chance. Stream game FF16 DLC? Yeah, but I buy the DLC eventually. I have to pay off other stuff I bought. So, when that's done, then maybe 16 will get its DLC played. Maybe. Probably will record it. I don't think I'm going to stream it. Fatal Frame? Fuck no. And I'm not going to wet my underwear playing any video game. I wish they would have a Fatal Frame collection. Sometimes these companies just don't want to make free money. In the 16 DLC, you get to commit crimes. Cool, I guess. You're all also forgetting that Savage starts this week. Like, that's going to take up a good chunk of my time as well. Like, I have to do Savage and I have to do the extremes to get the better weapon. Like, that's going to take up time. Like, so that's why all the streams I put on Tuesday, I don't even know what I stream on Tuesday at the moment. And Tuesday and Thursday streams are getting jostled around, and we might even include a third day. So I don't know. I have to see what third day we're going to work at. I don't know at the moment. Oh, I'm done. Good. That's fine. Let's give the KO to Dusknoir. What? I can't believe I just saw that. Wii U is actively keeping a Fatal Frame game hostage because of its architecture. No. It's because they don't want to import it, because they don't think they're going to make money off of it. There's nothing to do with architecture. There's tons of games on the PS3 that have been ported. No problem. Entire collections on the PS3 have been ported. That is well, I guess you could argue it's financial. If they don't think they're going to make a good return on investment, why would they put the time in to make money, or to, you know, to pump it out like that? That is a fair point to make. I'm not going to totally shit on them for it, because Lord knows I don't work for free. So that's why I say this is not work, because I certainly would not do this for free if it was work, that's for sure. This is my fun time. This is me enjoying my life. If I don't want to stream, motherfuckers, there is no stream. The stream is over. I stream how I want to and when I want to, which is why we're playing Wind Waker this Tuesday. There is no Metroid Prime 3 in any collection because the Wii is keeping that game hostage. Yeah, okay, now that they have to do a little bit more changing, but it's nothing they didn't already do at Metroid Prime 2 or 1 and 2. Metroid Prime 1 and 2, the arm cannon is locked in one position, and it wasn't until later where they allow you to, like, look all over the fucking place. And then, obviously, in Metroid Prime for the Switch, crazy that that game came out, by the way, which I am so incredibly happy for. Crazy how in Metroid Prime for the Switch, you could just look all over the fucking place. There's a reason I don't play it every day, because it would just be the game I just end up streaming, like, 90% of the time. And I wouldn't want to do that. Like, you know, I got... even if this channel became a GameCube exclusive channel, there's still dozens of GameCube games I have never played for the channel. But I might just skip the opening of Wind Waker, because Wind Waker's opening is very slow. Every 3D Zelda got a slow opening. A slow reveal. Peel back the curtain. Some pirates show up. Stupid shit happens. Then I have to play the world's worst stealth sequence. Wow, look at that. An Alpha Routes and an Alpha Curlia right next to each other. That's rare. Alright, let's finish up you. Scrap Wind Waker, Dark Twilight Princess. Dark Princess? Yeah, The Legend of Zelda, the Dark Princess. Nah, it's been a while. I never played Wind Waker normal for the channel. So we are going to play the older version of Wind Waker. We are not playing the newer version. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to play the version I played as a kid on the channel one final time. Or, you know, play it one final time. Because, admittedly, the Wii U version is better in almost every way. Other than not having the Tingle Tuner, which is like a fucking weird thing to me that they didn't include it on a game that requires a gamepad. Which, by the way, speaking of gamepad... Okay, just fall over, why don't you? Fuck you. Now with my new setup, I could actually plug in my gamepad. I have to finish my setup, which I guess I'm not doing today. But I have room now that I could have my Switch and my gamepad up top. Even though I probably won't really use them that much. I'm also going to move my microphone so it's more central. But even though I don't, you know, I won't use it that much, might as well, right? No, there's no vote. This is not up to a vote. Maybe I'll play Twilight Princess later, but I haven't played Wind Waker, and that's the one I want to play. That is an overrule, and I've been talking about it for a while now. I've been talking about it last year. Now, what did I knock? I'm not picking that up. Alright. Anyone messaging me? Who loves me? Good, no one. That's exactly how it should be. Alright. What was I doing again? We're looking for Dusklops. Sorry, Dusk Noir. Yeah, let's keep using Dark Pulse. Right? Yeah, let's fucking do it. It's fine. And to be fair, I just played, what's it called? I just played Skyward Sword, like, what, 2 years ago? Was that a 2021 game? So, yeah, I'll do that. I'm not replaying Ocarina, though. I played Ocarina before that, actually. Ooh, I got an email? Okay. So I guess after that, Twilight Princess would be up on the docket. I probably will just end up playing the Wii U version again. Because, like, what even happens on the GameCube version that's different? It's like nothing. It's both... I don't know. I'm never playing the Wii version again, I'll tell you that much. The Wii version of Twilight Princess is... butt cheeks. And I definitely don't have the room to flail my arms around like a dick. So I guess that's just not happening that way. Oh, after this I could go use Shadow Ball and all the Curlias and stuff. Okay, maybe I'll do that. I do agree, Twilight Princess is a better game. Twilight Princess is probably one of my... not probably. I kind of have a two-way tie between Metroid Prime and Twilight Princess as, like, my favorite games of all time. It's a very narrow two-way tie. But I just haven't played Wind Waker Classic in so long. And unfortunately, they, you know, like, I feel like whenever they make a remake of a game, they should include the original version. Even if it's unlockable, I feel like that would be good. But yeah, I haven't played that, so. I have to have my Wii U set up. I have to finish, like, detangling a couple things. I gotta buy, like, 6 different Ethernet cables. Because, all my Ethernet cables are of varying lengths. Which makes no sense. Like, if I'm trying to hook up a bunch of consoles... I like how they're inside each other. Look at this. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Are you serious? That's so freaky. Look at that. That's so weird. They're perfectly inside each other. That's crazy. Very nice. Oh no, that hurts. Didn't I resist it? Very nice. Alright. 3 more. Oh, we have 1 over here. He's camping a Rhyhorn. I mean, it is nighttime, and okay, we'll just use the Rhyhorn. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. I'm an equal to opportunity ass kicker. Why not? Is that a Duke Nukem quote? That is a Duke Nukem quote. Oh, well, I guess we're not. There's no Wind Waker without Spirit Tracks. I've never played Spirit Tracks. And I did not like Phantom Hourglass. It doesn't even feel like a sequel. The King of Red Lions is absent. Oh my god! Stop. Die. Very nice. Alright, let's heal. Well, let's reload first, since I always forget to do this. Let's reload. I guess I'll just use Shadow Ball. What was it? Another 10 usages, so we're already at 32, I think. And then whatever, we could just find haunters around the map. If I need to fast forward the time of day to night, then I'll do it. But yeah, I never played Spirit Tracks. Like I said, that was the era where I quit Nintendo games for like a couple of years, and I regret that too. So when was it you who asked me, like, why do you play this game? Or it might have been Drakion. I think Drakion asked, well, why do you play this game if you hate it? Because it's basically FOMO. It's like, if I ever start to care about this stuff, or if I ever want to have these games and not have to be literally scalped out the ass, couldn't think of it. Like, I thought scammed. It's not scam. It's me not having it. Then I'd rather just own it. It doesn't fucking matter. And now I have reasonable amounts of disposable income, so who gives a shit, honestly? Who gives a shit? Okay. Alright, well this thing is gonna get fucking annoyed at me anyway. Let's see if I could... You have to hit it. What? I hit you with it. Very nice. Okay, here we go. You gotta finesse it, my friends. I'm quitting Pokemon. Do my best to prevent Wind Waker from happening like Donkey Kong Country 3. Well, you're screwed, I'll tell you that much. When I'm ready to do it, it will be done. Got it, fuck you. Sadly, not a single shiny yet, by the way. This has been a very cursed day. We've dug through quite a few events. Where the fuck is it? Where did it go? Hi. Big Ralts. Very big Ralts. Okay. I have Ghastly. Which is totally fine. Other one. Ah. I guess the only 3D Zelda I never played was Majora's, huh? I guess that's the only one I didn't play. Someday I gotta play it. They have it on that collection for the GameCube. That really expensive one that was like sold only for a little bit, where they have Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina, and sorry, this one's Shadow Ball. Ocarina and what's the other one? And Majora on it. It's like a 4-way Zelda fucking collection. I forget what the name of the collection is. It's different from the one that they have the Master Quest on. That one they just have normal default Legend of Zelda on it. Yeah, it's a little confusing how many releases and collections there are sometimes on the GameCube. Even I struggle to keep up with all of it. That's what I mean, my GameCube collection's pretty fucking gnarly, man. That and my 360 and my PS3 collections are probably my biggest. And PS4 is kind of big too. I have tons of PS4 games. I just never played any of them for the channel. Or most of them, rather. Oh, we have to use one more Dark Pulse. Okay. And then 12 more. So we'll wrap up Dusk Noir. We'll wrap up Mamoswine. That'll probably be it. We'll finish Probopass next time. Nice camera. Love it. You'll love to see it. Okay. Oh my god, stop fucking missing, man. It's a 90% move. Okay, so Dusk Noir, we just have to use 12 strong styles, which could literally amount to using anything on anyone. It could literally be anything on anyone. Ugh. Wonder if we should just go look through a couple more events instead of just fighting random Pokemon just to kind of min-max it. Maybe we should just do that. That sounds like it makes a little bit more sense. Turn this in real quick. Very nice. Yep. 7 more strong styles and 11 more strong styles. That's it. That's easy. That's light work. Wonder if they'll ever let us go back to the Sevii Islands at all, ever. Probably not. I already know what game I'm playing. I already know what franchise I'm playing. Okay. I saw that Alpha Pseudo Widow. Is that even worth catching? Maybe that is worth catching. That's kind of rare. Have I ever seen an Alpha Pseudo Widow? I can't believe that worked. Look how far away I am. I sniped him. I'm too far away. I don't think he can see me. Oh, okay, perfect. Very nice. You know, why is Hoot Hoot not in this game? Ah, oh, I'm hurt. I'm wounded. How could they do this? You all enter combat together? Ah, fuck. I'm so used to Pokemon not entering combat together. Well, whatever. I'll just use my moves until I get knocked out. It doesn't... I don't care. That's fine. Then we'll just switch over. We'll do the more... Or we'll just ride. It doesn't matter. It's just a pain having to sit through other moves like this. Thank you. Excellent. Love it. Now they're all going to respawn, which isn't fantastic. Probably the most I've used Scatterbangs outside of Dex completion, which is pretty crazy, all things considered. What is it, 3 more? Oh, dude, this is such good progress. I was thinking we only get 1 of these done per day. Now, actually, what's going to happen is once we defeat is it this and the next one? I'm going to switch over to Dusknoir. And Dusknoir, we just have to use... I think it's any move. I don't think it matters. I'll look before I do it. Again, not that Mamoswine is even that common of a Pokemon to find in the overworld, but I'll just complete it just because. And that's how legit it'll be. I'll leave the legendaries uncompleted. I guess we'll do the evolutions then. Whatever. It's not a big deal. That's Dusknoir. What about this dude over here? Where is he? Yep, we are done. What's the difference? Shorter tusks? Yeah, okay. Where the hell is this dude? Where is he? There we go. Alright. 11. It doesn't matter what move. So I think on Bronzong, it's weak to both. Yeah, see, it's weak to both. It doesn't matter what move it is. Dusknoir actually could be like a really good Pokemon because it has a priority move. It's just that there's not a lot of Psychics and not a lot of Ghosts unless you play a lot at night. So that's why I don't really use Dusknoir because A, it's slow. And even though it has moves like Shadow Sneak, it's just slow. It's just better to have 1, 2, maybe 3 Weaviles, a Gallade or 2, and maybe like Samurott. And every one of your Pokemon will have a priority move that will help it get a faster edge on like pretty much anything it fights. And like that's just how I look at it. It's like because the speed stat can be basically broken in this game, like why wouldn't you opt for a Pokemon that can abuse speed stats? Like, the damage in this game is way jacked up compared to normal Pokemon games, so you might as well just go ahead and play fast. Like, you want to play fast and hard, as opposed to, like, slow and stall. Like, even though slow and stall rarely works in normal Pokemon, like, outside of competitive, like, there's absolutely no reason to use it in this game. Because you're basically not tanking more than a couple of hits, unless the opposing Pokemon is just stupidly weak compared to you. Whoops. I hear a Bronzong. Something might have spawned behind me. I have no idea though. Alright. If I'm lucky, I don't even think I have to reload, do I? No, I do. Okay. Well, let's save. I'm very paranoid of my game crashing on me after what we did yesterday, so I'd rather just save and just, you know, completely avoid that outcome. Here. Was this, I think, 3 more? I think there's a good amount of... Oh, you know, yeah, there's other Bronzor. We could just go down the mountain. I'm pretty sure, right? Yes, okay. So we'll just go down the mountain, and the last 3 Bronzor will be there. Bronzor, Bronzong. They also have a few, I think, on this little passage right here. But Charm can spawn. Alright, Charm did not spawn. We basically did not see a sister all day today, which is kind of rare. I didn't look, but it's also kind of rare to never see a sister spawn at all at this point. So next week, I'm thinking we do Probopass, and then we do... I don't even know. I have to look at the list. We definitely do Probopass, and we do, like, one other Pokemon. maybe Gliscor. Gliscor could be a good one because I've been putting Gliscor off for a long time. And obviously we've already started on Probopass. And between the both of them, they have a good type coverage, so that could be it too. I hear the Fallout London mod is out. It's supposed to be a good combination of Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and New Vegas. Well, here's hoping, right? Like, I wouldn't mind if it's on the Fallout 4 engine, right? Like, visually. But I think that New Vegas has some of the better perks and better design. And 3... Well, 3 had a good story. I think 3 had a really, really good story. So, I guess I could say that much, right? Alright. There's bags I didn't grab. Do I care to go grab them? Not really. That's work, even though I could easily teleport for them. Alright. Very nice. Look at that. Alright, let me fill in the decks really quickly while I'm thinking about it. Am I logged into the wrong account? Absolutely. Alright. We are now at... What day is it today? 27. We're at 203 Pokemon. That's 83.88%. That means that today... Very nice. Okay. So we're probably not playing this again until next Saturday. So we'll probably do Probopass. And then I'm not sure. I have to look at the list, which I guess I should look at right now, huh? Because we're basically done at this point. So let's see. We've done Probopass. Probably just gotta do Gliscor. I feel like that's just a good idea in general. So we could do Probopass. There's also Magmortar and Rhyperior. And we did... Wait, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah, I colored in the wrong one. Oops. Alright, so the options are basically Probopass, Gliscor, Magmortar, Spiritomb, and Rhyperior. Honestly, I think Magmortar is going to be really annoying because there's not a lot of great places to use a fire type. But I mean, it is right there. So, like, technically, this is just a good option anyway. So maybe that's what we do. We could do these two, and where's the other one again? There you go, Gliscor. Sure, why not? So this will be like our next juggling 3 here. Is we'll work on those 3. Alright. Who's out now? Shiny Golbat. I don't think that's shiny. I don't think any of these are shiny. They're alpha. Yo! He clocked out! Oh my god! Homie is cooked. He quit. And I don't blame him. Holy shit. That's so funny. That's actually really funny. I've never seen Machamp sleep like that at all. Alright, so we're done for the day. That's going to be it for now. So, next time around, 2 more Pokemon to knock out, which will leave us with, hopefully 2, which will leave us with 3. So it'll be about another 3, maybe 4 streams to finish this set of Pokemon up. Then afterwards, we move on to the story Pokemon. Once again, you could follow along on the Google document that I link in the description. Thanks, Drakian. Thanks, Raiden. Thanks, Ash. Thanks, Devin. Thank you, Light-Minded. I think I forgot to mention him last time, so thanks, Light-Minded. Thanks, Viv. Thanks, everyone who showed up. Much appreciated. Hope you all have a good end to your weekend, or a good continuation of your weekend. I will see you all next week if you care about Arceus, and most likely tomorrow for more Donkey Kong, alright? Alright. Did I save? There you go. Glad we got it out the way. It took about, what, 2 hours? Yeah, perfect. Perfect.